Hello, everybody, once again. Hopefully, we can get through a whole game without crashing this time. I'm joined by somebody who did not have that luxury. It's Charwell. Congrats on winning the postponement.
Thank you.
Still a very fun game to watch, if a weird one, a segmented one. So definitely go back and watch that if you are listening on YouTube. But we have another good divisional matchup for you here in the third game of this week 4 slate, even though it is a new day for us. Bows at Muscles, Animatronics at Murkrows. Bows is sort of a tale of two teams. I think the Bows have had a lot of tinkering with their roster that has helped them a lot production-wise, but quite simply, they're going to need a carry job from some of their star players, or they're going to need their bottom half of their roster, especially those two Yoshis, to really step up if they want to make a postseason push. They did end up getting a good first win over favored Funky Kongs, but if they want to keep pace with them in the playoff race, all those run differentials super close, they're going to need to start cobbling together wins sometime before the All-Star break. One team that does not have a problem with that, Murkrows, despite a hard schedule and a hard division, they have been slugging, and I also want to bring up one of the best defensive teams in the league. Murkrows still #1 in runs allowed, the only team under 20 still, and 5 less than their next closest. Animatronics not too bad either. The problem with the Animatronics is that offense. Somehow, lowest runs scored in the league. They have 12 on the season.
The WOG.
Not a lot of changes to the rosters if you've been watching so far this season. One thing I do want to call out, we have Yellow Toad here, now the star player for the Muscles. We'll see how that impacts Wario on the mound, but we'll see how it impacts him specifically in the field and at bat. We want to do a 7-inning game, not a 5-inning game, because this is not a makeup. You ready to go, Charwell?
Yep.
Welcome to Wario City Day, Yoshi's Park Night, the original pick banned by the Animatronics. And a good ban. We're doing blind bans and picks this year, so pure shot in the dark. Put him off his favorite stadium to instead send him to the scenic streets of what Charwell said. It's formerly known as Paris.
Got the Eiffel Tower in the background. What else am I supposed to think?
Strike one in to start off the game. And then out one is Red Magic Koopa lines out to second baseman Yellow Magic Koopa to start this game off. Kira now up to bat for the Animatronics. Takes ball 1 on the inside. Now scoots in. Takes ball 2 on the outside. Great eye from Kira so far. There's glasses helping out. Changeup hung over the middle of the plate, and that's great contact. Going to land in front of Toad for this game's first hit, a single to center field. Brings up Red Critter, and early, I mean, you're talking about their hitting woes. Any chance you get to score runs early, you got to take, and Red Critter might have done just that. Is it in time? No! The jump and the assist is no good. Yellow Toad and Choopy can't get there in time. That's an early 2-run home run from the Animatronics. That gets them out of last place, I believe, briefly, for least runs scored. They start off with a 2-0 lead versus a divisional rival that, in week 1, shut them out 6-0. That has to feel good. And now Matt sends one down the right field line, but Cyclops able to drift under it for this game's second out. Brings up Shy Guy to the plate. Birdo behind him if he reaches, and this game's first star pitch is a liar ball. Or a phony ball? I believe it's the liar. I always forget which one it is between him and Luigi. They're very similar. Line out to shortstop. Green Critter will end the inning. It will also bring Green Critter up to bat leadoff for the Muscles. Didn't expect that. I mean, you sort of hold your breath every time a Critter steps to the plate, but like, Red Critter's probably been one of the more disappointing ones. I don't think any of them have been as good as they have last year, is fair to say.
Yeah.
But that's fun, you know? Keeps the game fresh. And that's not to say they're not still good, as Green Critter sends one to the porch of Funny and Happy. Instead, ground out to shortstop. Red Critter puts away his brother for the first out of the inning. Petey line drive down the third base line. Paratroopa had an idea of stealing that one for a second. Not going to be able to steal that one. He won't have to. Kira settles under it in left field for this game's second out. Sorry, this inning's second out. And I'll bring up King Boo to bat. Star player last game played pretty well. Does he need the star player buff this game? No! Puts that one over the head of Matt in right center field. Placed it perfectly for a 2-out single that brings up Waluigi, who personally, I've been very impressed with the bat of. I think he's a very hard out at the plate. And is that the case here? No. Red Yoshi able to get under that line drive to center field. Maybe a little bit too much air under it. So no run score. Brings up Birdo. And then we have to start having the conversation about LVP sooner or later. We'll bring up both.
It's got to go to Yoshi.
It'll bring up two candidates for sure. I think if we end up doing a patch for this game, there are some players I'm already looking at making changes to. As that's a lineup for Birdo for out number 1 of the inning. And out number 2 is another lineup to second. Yellow Magikarp with a nice grab to stop that one from getting into the outfield. 2 outs, Red Yoshi up. And I suppose if they're going to be, you know, this final out of the inning, if they're going to be this suboptimal behind the plate, I think if, at least with nobody on with the lead already is a good place to be. But if they are going to be a low hit scoring team and use Yoshi's pitching finesse and Red Yoshi's fielding finesse to keep games close, they have to keep games close. They can't let games get away from them. Ooh, nice little optimization from Matt there just to try and catch Wario slipping in case that item knocked him over. But the bomb star swing will result in a leadoff single for the Muscles captain, bringing up Choopy to the plate and star player Yellowtoad behind him. Great situational hitting from Wario there. And now Choopy, good piece of hitting.
Into the star swing right off rip.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just know you need momentum sparked, and when you have a star player sitting 2 spots in the lineup behind you, I mean... Ooh, and Yellowtoad gets aboard, loads the bases for Cyclops. And Yoshi goes to a reverse star pitch. The rainbow comes in over home plate, and that might be a double play ball, but oh no! Disaster strikes. Red Magikarp has been great most of this game so far, but the error ties it. That could have been a double, a triple play, maybe a play at home plate, but instead, just disastrous. It'll be 2 unearned runs for Yoshi. Great use of the star pitch, but it won't pay off, and now things are getting tricky. Tied 2-2 in the bottom of the second. No outs.
Could end up being a critical error.
Fly out to Red Critter. Force out at first. Looks like Game 6 of the World Series out there. Two outs. Go ahead. Run on third. It's a fast one. Yellowtoad. But he's not going to get a chance to show off that speed. The line drive into left center. Played perfectly by Red Critter. Makes up for his fellow infielder's error, but... I was just saying, if you're going to have a bad offensive performance but be a good defensive player, you have to protect leads. And then they don't go and protect the lead. And now, I mean, if you had to put money on which one of these teams is more likely to score a run in the next 5 innings, I would have to say the Muscles, but any given Saturday. The fly out on the weak contact from Paratroopa results in the first out of the inning, bringing up Red Magikarp for a little bit of redemption, perhaps. And now the phony pitch coming in. Jumps on the right one, sends it to a second baseman that won't bobble the ball. It's Yellow Magikarp. Second out of the inning, and that brings up the second hitter in this animatronics lineup, Kira. A nice piece of hitting again into left field, and Kira has been on a streak here. Red Critter, first time at bat, was a 2-run home run. With a runner on and 2 outs, he won't do that, but tricky stuff happening here in Wario City. The bloop single into right field lands on an arrow and sends Matt up to bat with 2 on. Oh, robbed! I thought for sure that one was sneaking by the shortstop, but Green Critter put that one on lockdown. PD Piranha, King Boo, Waluigi do up next. This game is tied 2-2, headed into the bottom of the third. Yoshi still
Scary
playing.
part of the lineup.
And that's hit hard. Matt's on his way over. Dodges the wait.
Go for it.
What?
Whoa.
A goof from Matt, I suppose. I don't know what made him stop running. Perhaps the sun got in his eyes or something. But I think perhaps he thought it was at the wall or Red Yoshi could jump to get it instead. PD Piranha sneaks a solo shot to start the inning off and put his team in the lead in right field. That's that again. It's if the animatronics lose, all 3 runs have been on what I would call errors. The 2-run bobble from Red Magic Koopa, and then a lack of effort from Matt. And now the arrow.
Waluigi, take the arrow.
Yeah, the arrow gets away lets the ball get away from Red Yoshi out there in the outfield. Puts King Boo on third. No outs, and Yoshi's tired. Facing off against Captain Wario. Do they have the chance to go home? No, another bobble from the infield. Oh, get them some stickum. I don't think he had a play at the plate, but he probably would have had an out or 2, maybe a PD Piranha special. But instead, no outs. That's brutal. That will end Yoshi's day. Birdo at the plate. Or sorry, on the mound now. Strike 1 on the changeup. Now fastball inside. Jams Choopy. They don't have to play at second, so advance both runners into scoring position. Sacrifice ground out for it. Fielder's choice, I suppose. Now Yellow Toad, does this one land? No, it's out in right field, but the item's in time. And I know technically that's a good play more than an error, but those are called error items. I think it's fair to say all 5 runs for the Muscles so far have been on errors. Red Critter with the final out of the inning on a diving catch towards second base side. Birdo's not happy with herself or her team. Not looking well coached out there today, and now they're down 3. Shy Guy, Birdo, Yoshi duo. Man, just brutal. Shy Guy, strike 1 on the outside of the plate. Wario still looking good out there. Weakly hits Yellow Magic Koopa. He scoops it up, sends it to first for the first out of the inning. Brings up Birdo to the plate. Power hitting righty. Can't get it out of the infield as Critter scoops that one up now from shortstop. With 2 outs, Yoshi won't make a difference here as he grounds out to Green Critter. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Bows and quickly bringing up the Muscles. Bottom of the 4th, over halfway in. And first pitch of the inning is fouled off into third base territory. Now strike 2 quickly with the fastball on the outside of the plate. And Birdo goes to the changeup for the strikeout. And leaves Yellow Magic Koopa on his back and sends him back to the dugout on a gurney. Top of the order up now, it's Green Critter. And then P. Piranha, who had that solo home run earlier, sort of started the downfall. Red Magic Koopa handles that one. A little rough on the exchange to first, but the ground out from Green Critter is handled nonetheless for the second out of the inning. Now PD Piranha sends one to dead center field. Is this 2 home run game? It is. There's no way they're there in time. Off the top hat of Wario Theater. And that was a no-doubter for the moment it left his vine. 6-2 now. PD Piranha has the offensive production of the Bows today himself. He has as many home runs as they have runs. King Boo will end the inning.
After a somewhat disappointing performance for PD, I would say, this season. He's really making up for it this game.
Yeah, I mean, everyone matters. You say, oh, maybe it's the defense, because of the error, but I think he's been hitting the balls well. I think he's been getting situational hits when he needs them. I think this is just they look like a much more well-oiled machine. Especially seeing all these errors and the lack of discipline at the plate. I mean, the Animatronics, they were the third-place team last year. They were the third-best team in the league when it was all said and done. And now,
yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably... I don't know who it's going to be between Funky Kongs or the Knights, but that could be... I think one of them is probably going to make it over the Animatronics. No run scored. After the 2-run home run in the first, Wario's looked great here. He'll bat second this inning after Waluigi gets a chance to go up Birdo here. And he jumps on the first pitch and sends it out to a perfect spot in the outfield. He's aboard with a leadoff single. Wario up now. Very loose stance. Birdo goes to the changeup. Let's see what Wario does here. Just swings and misses strike one. Does she unload the clip? No. Fastball. Pop-up from Wario, but uh-oh, he has bananas in the chamber. Let's see how this affects the play. It doesn't. Matt stands strong. We saw earlier in the year in this league, those bananas have caused a lot of issues, especially in the outfield, so having someone trusty like Matt over there in right field is very, very huge. Swinging, strike two on the changeup. Choopy has the item in the chamber due to Yellow Toad. Won't get a chance to use it as Birdo empties the clip at the perfect time. That's out number 2, but not enough star pitches, I believe, to put him away right away unless Birdo wants to entirely empty the clip. Now strike one in on a pitch looking outside. Fastball inside, and Yellow Toad makes good contact. That'll advance both runners. Yellow Toad reaches first safely. Waluigi on second. Now Cyclops with a chance to put this one off the base paths and increase their lead beyond 4. And he won't do just that, but he'll give Yellow Magic Koopa behind him a chance to do that against an exhausted Birdo as he loads the bases, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Birdo goes to the star pitches. She's not risking anything. Yellow Magic Koopa wastes a star swing there. And star pitch number 2, does she even give him a chance? Let's see. No! She just unloads the clip. She stays in with her arm falling off and gets the pivotal last out to keep this one within 4. 2 innings to get 4. Not impossible for this 2, 3, 4 spot of the order. Kira, Red Critter, and Matt, some of their best hitters. Birdo up as well if they can get past Shy Guy. Kira aboard with another single. I believe she's reached all 3 times today.
So.
And that will end Wario's day. They don't want to risk him getting seen a 3rd time by Red Critter after he allowed that pivotal home run in the 1st inning. Waluigi instantly digs into the star pitches. Red Critter gets a chance to charge up on this one, but he sends it into the dirt, but through the... Oh, this is disastrous! I can't believe what I'm seeing. So the end result is essentially a fielder's choice runner at first, but the ball got past Yellow Magic Koopa. If they didn't throw the power block at all, they would have had Kira on second. But then the throw out at first results in Kira getting caught in a rundown, retreating to first. She ends up at second on a error from Green Critter. I don't know what's happening this game. Nobody wants to hold on to this baseball, and it brings up Shy Guy with a chance for Birdo to hit behind him. And they're not going to get a chance. They double up Kira at second on the chop shot. Caught out of the air in shallow left field by Green Critter. Instantly redeems himself for that error. And God, you can't crown them less before the All-Star break. This might be the best defense in the league, this Muscles team. It is elite. 3rd pitcher now in for bows. It'll send Birdo to second, where she catches that line drive for the first out of the inning. It's red Magikarp on the mound. Now pitching to Petey Piranha, who has a multi-home run day. Both solo shots to center field. Let's see what he goes for here. Sends one down the left field line, slicing foul. Funny and Happy has that roof insurance. Two-strike changeup and another hard hit ball to center field. Matt's going to have an attempt this time, but is it too high? It's over Red Yoshi's head. A 3-home run game for the Piranha Plant. He doesn't need a bat. He doesn't need, the applause. He just needs 3 at-bats, and he'll get you 3 runs. What a game for someone who I think a lot of the league was starting to count out. I think Petey got a lot of slander last year as well due to his defense, having to play shortstop. It wasn't his natural position, and he had a lot of errors himself. So I think he knows how it feels to be on this Bows team. Waluigi sends a power hit out to foul territory and is actually out as Kira gets all the way over there and manages to come away with the final out of the inning. And oh boy, of course it comes down to this part of the order, doesn't it, Charlo?
God.
5 runs they need to come back. It will be Birdo, then 2 Yoshis. Neither with items behind them, probably the worst part. Birdo will get a board, though. Won't be able to get 2 off that with the item or the sewer system, but that brings up Yoshi, so...
I thought that bomb would hit.
Alright, hold your breath, everybody. Why bother? You know the result. 4-6-3 double play. Yellow Magikarp, Critter, and Petey Piranha on the putout. That's 2 outs, bringing up Red Yoshi. Most likely incoming the end of this game. Jammed on the fingers. Waluigi gets the save. And it is a statement game for both these teams, although probably not in the way you want if you're the Bows. 7-2 the final score. The season sweep for the Murkrows going into the All-Star break, and maybe something to look at coaching-wise for the animatronics. Petey Piranha, the MVP. Who else? How high will the ceiling go? What do you think? 130, entirely batting.
Pretty low from the rest of the team, all things considered.
I mean, when you think about it, it's not like they got a lot of great hits. It was it was errors. Like I don't know how they count them, but
Yeah.
let's see. Did I get the others in here already? Yes. Okay, cool. So we will start.